Hello again guys, thanks for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. I just have a quick review and about the Frankford Arsenal Vibra Prime. If for those of you who are reloading your ammo and you haven't bought this yet, go buy one right now. Let me tell you what. This is an automatic primer feeder. Well, they call it the primer tube filler, and what it does is instead of you having all your primers in the primer pickup tray and having primer tubes and you pick up your primers one by one. Remember doing that? Or if you're still doing that, please don't live in the Stone Age. You need to use the Vibra Prime, and I'll show you a very quick review of how to use the Vibra Prime. It comes with a gun-like looking vibratory control. You hear the sound. And it comes with a primer tray that looks like a primer pickup tray with its circular I don't know what I call it, impressions for you to shake it and have your primers turn upwards. And then it comes with this. It comes with two tubes, two feed tubes, one for small primers and one for large primers, and that's all. And then all you have to do is just put in a 9-volt battery, I think, inside, or two AA's. Let me take a look. Yep, it's a 9-volt battery, and that's it. So I'll go to the table and show you how to use this. So I've seen lots of videos online about the Vibra Prime. They don't really show you how to use it properly. They show you how to use it, but there are some tips associated to making sure that your primers feed well and quickly. So first thing I want you to look at is, instead of using this, take a look at the tray. Now, first thing to notice is this, something that I didn't notice, is one side of the tray is marked S for small, and the other feed chamber channel here is marked L for large. So depending on whether you're loading the small primers or large primers, you want to focus on that area. And the matching top, if you look at the top, has a sort of like a gate on one end and a filler side on the other. This goes to the side where, depending on the size of the primer you want to load. So for instance, if I'm loading small primers, I just take the S and I put that side on it, and this gate here blocks all the primers from falling out on this side. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So what you do is, to use this is very simple. Open it up, take your primers. In my case, I'm using Winchester small rifle primers. If you're using Federal or some other primers that don't have primers laid out like this, you will have to drop all the primers in here, shake it until all the primer cups are facing up. So if you look at this one here, it's not perfect. I have one primer that's not in the right orientation. Doesn't really matter. What I do is I take the primer pickup tray portion, the one with the grooves, I put it on top of the primer tray, flip it over, and now all but one of the primers will be, left one, oops. Okay, all but one primer is facing up in the correct orientation. So what I'll do then is, I'll just make sure I close it in the right gate. Since I'm loading small primers, I'll put this portion here on the small primers and lock the large primer area. And then before you put the cover on, so just to demonstrate, I've basically turned all the primers over. Some of the primers over, I just shake until, or you can manually move in and just turn the primer cups over. Make sure nothing else on this channel. Close, and now you have a primer filler case ready to go. So what you do is you fit this into the Vibra Prime tube filler vibratory control by inserting into this slot. And when you push into this slot, if this unit is new, you need to push it in real hard, otherwise you won't be able to lock this in. And then here, when you look at this tube, it has this flange that sticks out on both sides. If you look at this, underneath of this, it needs to fit in here. I'll just show you without the primers. It just fit in here like that, and then you twist it to lock it in place. Okay, so you'll do that with the unit turned this way, obviously. So take it out, push this in, push it hard so that it fits in, and then fit the tube underneath all the way, and then turn it. Once you turn it, it's basically locked and it's ready to go. Now the way I do this is, let me move my camera back a little bit to get more space at the bottom of the table. The way I do this is, I don't hold it straight out like this, flat. Now right now it's flat, you don't see it as flat because the camera is tilted downwards. But what I do is I tilt the unit a little bit, like maybe 30 degrees to the right, using the assistance of gravity to help me push some of the primers down. And I want to maintain a consistent one primer line stream into the gap. So when I hold down the button to start the vibrator, you see it start to move. It doesn't go anywhere, it starts to vibrate, but what it is, then I tilt it forward, and I want to create a one channel feed system. If I push it too far forward, it will just get clogged up like that. Right, so back up a little bit, and then find that sweet spot where all the primers will just go in. And done. And then what you do is you go down here. This is locked in place because you've put this tube in. So what you do is you unlock the tube and put this aside. So now you have a primer tube that's filled with primers. Obviously you got to make sure that this cotter pin is locked in place, otherwise the primers will start shooting out. And there you go. Then all you need to do then is just bring this over to your 650 and load it. And all you have to do is bring the tube over, insert the guide stick, the dipstick if you like, into the rod that is provided, and with the cotter pin, just place it onto your primer tube, pull the, can you see that? And pull the pin, and all the primers fall in, and then you can reset. And then you can reset your 650, and you're good to go. So I used to use the single tube pickup model, and it took me a good, I can do it pretty fast, like 2 minutes, 2.5 to 3 minutes to get it done. But it's not the time, it's the mental boredom of picking up individual primers in a pickup tube. I mean, with this, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds maybe to load everything, and all I have to do is just press the button and hold it at a certain angle and have everything feed in. If you want, you can I'm sure you can order more primer tubes if you want to load them all, but with this method I don't even need to load multiple primer tubes. Every time I need to use 100 primers, load it within 30 seconds, put it into my press, and I'm good to go. Right? You don't even need extra primer tubes. So this you can find on MidwayUSA, I think for 45 bucks, which is like super cheap. Buy two. This used to be, when it first came out, this used to be so rare because they discontinued this primer tube filler. And every unit costs, and those who have these units back then were selling on Brian Enos for like $200-300 each. It's like, because it's so hard to find. So instead of buying all the expensive primer tube fillers, spend 45 bucks, money well spent, and enjoy your reloading.